factually inaccurate.
Morally correct. This is Babylon Bee Radio. Our top story. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has been spotted in San Francisco after hearing the proposed payment of $5 million in reparations for all black people. The otherwise pasty white PM appeared to have painted his entire body with shoe polish.
Greetings, my fellow persons of color. What's crack-a-lackin', my homies? Ha, you feel me?
Trudeau burst inside the city council meeting and awkwardly tried to shake hands with a complete stranger.
I hear that all us colored folks are due to get $5 million apiece. Am I in the right spot to pick up or what, Ka? As a lifelong black man and black resident of San Francisco, I think I speak for all us black folk when I say it's time for these whites to pay up. So who's ready to buy some Cadillacs and listen to some Lil Wayne?
According to sources, many of the attendees who were actually black and actually city residents found themselves somewhat amused by this strange racist white guy from the north, but refused to entertain his request for reparations. At airtime, the city council had Justin Trudeau escorted from the premises after he said, quote, "Hippity-poppity, give me the zoppity." Shockwaves reverberated throughout Egypt as an international court officially ruled the nation must begin making payments of financial reparations to Israel for hundreds of years of slavery in ancient times. A spokesman for the Egyptian government released a statement. "This was certainly not expected. We were happy to hear about the other governments looking to make reparation payments to minorities, but we didn't stop to think about our own history of horrible oppression and slavery against the people of ancient Israel." Experts and political pundits around the world had initially hailed other reparations decisions like that of San Francisco. Public sentiment took a turn, however, when people began to remember the plight of the Israeli people for thousands of years. Said one local rabbi,
"It's about time. No one knows the level of oppression experienced throughout the history by the Jewish people. We're just starting at the beginning here. Next, we'll be looking for reparations from the Assyrians, the Babylonians, Romans, Germany, everyone. It's time to pay up, Gentiles." It was unclear if Egypt's reparations payments would be made to the Israeli government or to descendants of ancient Israelite slaves, which would effectively have Egypt making payments to a large percentage of the world's population. At airtime, reparations activists were reportedly rethinking their push after realizing ancient Israelites and their descendants had experienced far more oppression and slavery than any other people group in recorded history. The World Economic Forum has announced a follow-up to this year's smash musical hit, booking Yoko Ono to yodel for 3 straight hours.
"I don't know how you top this year's performance, but a yodeling marathon might just be the ticket,"
said organizer Klaus Schwab.
"I, for one, can't wait to hear Miss Ono. Presuming we're not all dead from climate change."
Though ostensibly a meeting about global warming, the World Economic Forum surprised this year's attendees, such as former Vice President Al Gore, with one of the most dynamic musical performances in a generation.
"I don't even know what happened. I think I blacked out. She was making some sort of bird noise mixed with the sound of screeching tires. And gosh, the beauty just overwhelmed me. This is why I do what I do."
In addition to yodeling, Schwab is hoping to add an all-cricket concession stand for next year's concert.
"Did you know you can brew beer with crickets? Well, you can't, but you can pour a bunch of booze into a jar of crickets and call it beer. You down a jug of that and chow on some cricket chips while listening to Yoko Ono. You're in for one heck of a night."
Schwab announced that next year's $20,000 conference fee would include tickets to Ms. Ono's concert, as well as one free Hail Hydra bumper sticker. In response to an involuntary manslaughter charge stemming from a tragic shooting on the set of the movie Rust, Alec Baldwin's attorneys have announced that their client plans to enter a plea of Democrat.
"Yes, my client did discharge a firearm that killed one person and injured another, but he is, after all, a Democrat. Surely a valiant left-wing hero like Alec, who has championed Democrat policies his whole life, deserves a second chance. We have full confidence the jury will see this and make the right decision."
Sources familiar with the case confirmed that Baldwin is in fact an important Democrat, which could make him immune from conviction in a state like New York. Legal expert Landon O'Toole.
"These charges should be dropped immediately. He's a Democrat, for goodness sake. Do you see how many charges against Andrew Cuomo were dropped? That's right, all of them. Besides, have you seen Alec Baldwin's Trump impression? Genius! Come on, people, have some humanity."
Baldwin's defense team has since made a motion to dismiss the case on the basis that he's also a very important movie star. President Biden is once again embroiled in scandal after yet another box of his classified documents was found on the clearance shelf of a local Walmart. The top-secret documents were seen next to a $1 clearance bin filled with DVDs of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's documentary on the Green New Deal.
The investigation into President Biden's misplacement of classified documents has reached a tipping point in which our agency is unable to cover for him by blaming Trump,
said FBI spokesman Herf Derfler, while agents hauled off boxes of classified documents from the location.
We're poring over security footage now. While we cannot divulge much, we are seeing video evidence that Hunter Biden frequented this location to make random purchases of pseudoephedrine, ether, paint thinner, ammonia, drain cleaner, and batteries. Totally random buys.
President Biden made a visit to the local Walmart to assure citizens that the investigation of classified documents was over, then donned a Walmart vest and began greeting customers as they came in. Local wife Victoria Crabb phoned her husband yesterday to see if he could run by the store real quick on his way home from work so he could grab a couple thousand items.
Thanks for calling.
Honey, I'm making spaghetti for dinner, but we don't have any pasta. Can you pick some up? Oh, and tomato sauce too. Actually, let's make a tomato paste. Wait. No, both. And salt and pepper. And also, I need all the rest of the ingredients to make spaghetti and some groceries for next week.
Sources reveal Edgar Crabb was in a meeting when his wife initially phoned and was unable to take the call. 10 minutes later, he checked his phone and discovered 45 new voicemails, all from his wife.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. One more thing. Can you get some spices too? Just one of each, or 3. And also some milk and some socks and a new toaster.
Edgar reportedly called his wife right away in an attempt to negotiate her down to only the bare essentials they needed for dinner that night. Sources say he was not up to the task. Over $32,000 was spent at the grocery store. At airtime, Victoria asked why her husband had forgot the milk. Peloton has released an innovative new laundry rack that looks exactly like their original exercise bike for the low cost of $500. The new product launch will be accompanied by a commercial blitz featuring a terrified woman receiving the laundry rack as a present from her husband. Peloton marketing director Ashley Monahan.
We think a husband gifting his wife some detergent and a laundry rack will really hit home. This will build beautifully off our previous commercial showing a husband kindly telling his wife that she's fat and needs to get in shape.
The new Peloton laundry rack includes a subscription option where instructors will continue offering nonsensical platitudes while encouraging customers to make their children cross-dress.
With this new launch, we are still staying true to the core of what Peloton is as a company. Whether getting in a workout or throwing your double XL sweater on the handlebars, rest assured Peloton will always be there to encourage satanic ideology.
At airtime, Peloton had been hit with another class action lawsuit after dozens of bikes collapsed under the weight of laundry piles. B Radio features officially curated content from the Babylon Bee. Scripted, voiced, and produced by Austin Robertson. Additional voices in this episode from Chandler, Jason, Jarrett, and Kristen. Don't miss an episode. Subscribe to B Radio wherever you get your podcasts.